chose them to reshape the world.
Stranger Things Season 5 is finally here, and the return of Vecna has fans buzzing. While his appearance wasn't entirely unexpected, after all, Henry Creel, aka 001, has been lurking in Hawkins since Season 4. The way the show reveals his new plan is much more intricate than anyone could have guessed. Volume 1 of Season 5 has dropped, and it delivers a deep dive into Vecna's ultimate goal while updating us on all the characters we've grown to love and fear for the past 8 years. If you've been waiting to see Eleven, Hopper, Mike, Lucas, Dustin, and Will together again, or to watch Robin, Steve, Jonathan, and Nancy take on the threats of Hawkins, this volume gives you plenty. Unlike Season 4, the characters aren't as scattered across the country, which means the stakes feel higher, the danger feels immediate, and the storytelling is much more fluid. But at the heart of it all, the main antagonist, Vecna, is scheming like never before. The beginning, Vecna's goal to reshape the world. From the opening moments of Season 5, Volume 1, Vecna makes it clear. He wants to reshape the world. But what does that really mean? This theory explains that Vecna sees the town of Hawkins as a kind of testing ground. By abducting children and using them as psychic batteries, or vessels as he calls them, Vecna can grow in strength while simultaneously instilling fear in the town. The first episode opens with a chilling flashback to Season 1, the Demogorgon catching Will Byers and dragging him unconscious into Vecna's lair. Once inside, Vecna injects Will with some unknown substance, which strengthens the psychic connection between them. This early event foreshadows the pattern Vecna is repeating, targeting innocent children, making them psychic conduits, and expanding his power. This breadcrumb, the substance injected into Will, is a crucial clue. It's not just a method of control, it's a demonstration of Vecna's strategic patience. He doesn't just kill his victims, he weaponizes them, and that's what makes him more dangerous than any of the monsters we've seen in Hawkins before. The next target, Holly Wheeler Vecna's plan, isn't random. In a shocking but calculated move, he targets Holly Wheeler, Mike and Nancy's little sister, as his next vessel. Unlike Will, Holly had been a relatively background character, but her abduction signals her importance in the story. By making Holly a central target, the show demonstrates that Vecna isn't just after anyone. He's after children who are connected to key figures in Hawkins. In Episode 1 of Season 5, a Demogorgon bursts through the roof of Holly's bedroom, brutally engaging her parents before dragging her into the Upside Down. Later, Holly appears to be walking to a serene, idyllic house with her imaginary friend, Mr. Whatsit. But when the truth is revealed, Mr. Whatsit is Vecna himself, and he has led Holly to the Creel house. This scene is layered with breadcrumbs. First, the Creel house itself is a hub of Vecna's power, full of memories and psychic energy. Second, the illusion of serenity tells us that Vecna is now able to manipulate perception in the Upside Down to an even more advanced degree. He can make a terrifying reality appear calm, which is psychologically devastating for his victims. Finally, the presence of Holly's classmate Derek, mentioned as soon joining them, hints at the systematic way Vecna is collecting children. It's methodical, not random. Why children? The vessels theory. One of the most fascinating parts of Vecna's plan is why he targets children specifically. In the show, Vecna repeatedly refers to them as weak in body and mind, claiming they are easier to manipulate. But there's more to it. Children are not only physically weaker, they're also more malleable psychologically. This makes them perfect vessels for Vecna's psychic energy. Once abducted and infused with the unknown substance, they become extensions of his consciousness. Each child absorbed adds to his power, creating a hive mind effect. This theory explains why adults are treated differently in Vecna's strategy. While he doesn't hesitate to kill adults or send demogorgons after soldiers, he reserves his more manipulative energy-harvesting tactics for children. Adults are too independent-minded to control in the same way. The breadcrumbs here are subtle. Flashbacks and hints in Episode 4 show Vecna deliberately targeting school-aged children, suggesting a long-term plan that exploits the inherent vulnerabilities of youth. The hive mind in Vecna's numbers game, Vecna's plan, unfolds systematically. According to the first few episodes, he abducts 1 child the night Holly is taken, then 3 the next night, and 8 more by the end of Episode 4. Will, observing Vecna's lair through psychic visions, notes that the monster seems to have 12 designated spots for children. This number isn't arbitrary. The hive mind design demonstrates that Vecna is orchestrating a carefully calculated system to maximize his psychic potential. Each child acts as a node in a network that Vecna can exploit to reshape reality itself. However, as we see in Episode 4, this plan has a major flaw. Will discovers he can turn Vecna's psychic link against him. By tapping into the same hive mind that Vecna relies on, Will manages to kill multiple Demogorgons at once. This shows that Vecna underestimated the resilience and potential power of the very children he once thought were weak. This is an example of clever foreshadowing in Stranger Things. Clues about Will's strength and past experiences with Vecna appear early, subtly laying the foundation for his eventual counterattack. Fans who notice these breadcrumbs can piece together why Vecna's plan was destined to encounter obstacles. Will's history, the catalyst for Vecna's strategy. Why did Vecna focus on Will in the first place? He refers to Will as the first, the one who showed him what was possible. As a child, Will was particularly susceptible to Vecna's influence, weak enough to manipulate, but strong enough to demonstrate the power of these psychic connections. Vecna's history in Hawkins' lab is also telling. Henry Creel had previously experimented on children and killed numerous others in the lab during his escape. These past actions inform his strategy. Children are expendable vessels, while adults are obstacles. However, the very thing that makes Will initially useful, his vulnerability, becomes a weakness for Vecna. This theory explains why the Duffer brothers emphasized Will's role in shaping Vecna's plan. Will's survival and eventual defiance highlight a recurring theme. Strength comes from resilience, friendships, and familial bonds, not raw power alone. The Creel house, a hub of horror and memory. Another hidden detail in Vecna's plan is the use of the Creel house. It's not just a creepy backdrop, it's a psychic extension of Vecna's mind. By luring children there, he creates an environment that combines familiarity and horror, disorienting his victims while enhancing his control. This explains why Holly initially perceives the house as safe. Vecna manipulates memories and perceptions, demonstrating an evolution from Season 4, where before he relied mostly on fear and nightmares. Now he can craft entire illusory environments that psychologically trap children, making them easier to control. This is a breadcrumb, connecting the Upside Down's horror mechanics from Season 4 to Season 5. The downfall. How Will turns the tide. Despite Vecna's meticulous planning, his hubris sets him up for failure. In Episode 4, Will collects himself, reflecting on all the moments that have shaped him, his friendships, family bonds, and experiences in Hawkins. By leveraging these memories, he turns Vecna's psychic network against him, killing multiple Demogorgons at once. This is significant for multiple reasons. 1. It demonstrates that psychic connections are not one-sided. The very power Vecna relies on can be used against him. 2. It validates Will's resilience. What was once a perceived weakness, his susceptibility to psychic influence, is now his greatest strength. 3. It foreshadows the coming conflict in the rest of Season 5, where Vecna's hubris may lead to more mistakes as he underestimates the Hawkins crew. The show's writers dropped subtle breadcrumbs across episodes to hint at this. Will's visions, his emotional connection to the town, and the psychic link with Vecna all point to this moment. Only viewers who pay attention to these details will fully appreciate how cleverly the plan is crafted and foiled. The takeaway: Vecna's plan and Stranger Things, bigger picture Vecna's Season 5 strategy, is not just about terror, it's about control, calculation, and manipulation. By targeting children, exploiting past trauma, and using the Upside Down as a psychic playground, he aims to reshape the world on his terms. But the breadcrumbs and hidden details scattered throughout the season tell us that this plan is not foolproof. Will's experiences, friendships, and resilience act as counterweights. And the Creel house, while terrifying, is not an unstoppable fortress. Vecna's meticulous tactics may ultimately be his undoing. The genius of Stranger Things is that it rewards careful viewers. Every seemingly small detail, Will's flashbacks, Holly's abduction, the number of children, Vecna's illusions, feeds into the larger narrative. By connecting these breadcrumbs, fans can piece together a full understanding of Vecna's intentions, making the season more thrilling and intellectually engaging.